Jason Todd's journey towards becoming an anti-hero needs way more attention, and I hope James Gunn brings him to the big screen. Welcome back to the channel. You know what's really crazy? They straight up did a whole poll on whether or not to kill Jason Todd Robin, and most of the comic book fans at the time voted yes. Man, Jason definitely didn't have any fans back then. But anyway, Red Hood, aka Jason Todd, he didn't start off as an anti-hero. As we all know, at first he was just a bright-eyed heroic sidekick wrapped up in a whole lot of traumatic rage. And can you really blame him? I mean, young Brody's dad was a two-faced goon who got killed by him, and his mother was a straight galaxy gas addict and was neglecting little Todd. So yeah, he was bound to have some issues. But that's where Batman comes in, and after catching Jason stealing the damn tire off the Batmobile, teaching Batman, not to leave his whip unattended in the ghetto, he then takes Jason under his wing to turn those issues into a drive for wanting justice, allowing Jason to become the next Robin. But there was definitely a hint that Jason was more violent than Dick Grayson. This spawns from Jason's street life, believing criminals deserve something more permanent than justice. But you see, that killer side of Jason wouldn't start bubbling to the surface until we get to that fateful night. Joker takes a crowbar to young, bright-eyed Jason, plunging Batman figuratively and Jason literally into a world of darkness. But the worst part is, Joker really only abused Jason because he knew it would destroy Batman and give him that one bad day.
All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is and where I am.
But this isn't just the end of Jason Todd Robin. It's the catalyst to someone else being reborn.
Kill the boy and let the man be born.
Enter Red Hood, emerging from the depths of the Lazarus Pit. Jason Todd takes the moniker of a former gang that birthed the Joker. He does this to own what the Joker did to him and use it to destroy that goofy-eyed clown. Red Hood no longer wants justice though. He wants revenge, and ultimately, he wants progress. Since his death, Batman hasn't made any progress saving the city through justice or even through putting the fear of God in the criminals. Sure, Batman's gotten more violent, but what if he killed them? And that's just what Red Hood does, sealing his fate as an anti-hero and an enemy of the Bat. After getting back on his feet, that man quickly makes a name for himself, popping drug dealers left and right.
Those are the heads of all your lieutenants. That took me 2 hours.
But he leaves some of them alive, probably to help fund his gadgets, because, he's not on Bat payroll no more. And he's sounding like a real anti-hero out in them Gotham streets right about now. But that's just the beginning, because Batman, being the detective that he is, finds out Red Hood's real identity, and even he is shocked to believe who is under the mask. And I know Arkham Knight is really controversial, but you cannot deny that the dialogue between these two is peak fiction.
Placing me, huh? A month? A week? I trusted you! And you just left me to die! That's not what happened.
Just the way Jason sounds, you can feel his conflicted heart on what and who he is. Is he Arkham Knight? Is he Robin? Is he even Jason Todd? Nah, he's the Red freaking Hood. I need this in live action, please. Anyway, another good example of Red Hood and Batman's confrontation is that animated movie Under the Red Hood. And it's really Battle of the Crash Outs here, as Red Hood's out the gate tossing some projectiles, but Batman dodges that and does a classic put rockets on the dumpster maneuver combined with the grapple, and bam, Red Hood's caught. But not for too long, because Jason pulls out that adamantium blade, cutting and tasing that wire. But before Red Hood could give him that good old London handshake, Batman busts out the explosive smoke bombs, so Red Hood gotta get up out of there, heading onto the rooftops. because he wants this fade to be more cinematic. Batman then jump scares that boy, but he ain't no typical Gotham goon, and stabs his cape while feeding him personal hands. Batman gets enough of this, right? And slices his helmet with a batarang. Then Red Hood retrieves his tool as they exchange peak martial arts. Red Hood cuts off Batman's Gucci belt. Best believe if I was in Gotham, I'm climbing up there and getting me that belt. But anyway, that pissed Batman off enough to turn him into a linebacker and tackle that boy from one building to another. Batman made sure he landed gracefully. So then Red Hood out here snatching masks so that he could get to his blade. But he eventually takes his off just to reveal he got a bomb in there. Maybe that Lazarus Pit did scramble his brain. Bro, why would you put a bomb that close to your head? But then the fade commences once again as they start sharing ideologies.
What bothers you more? That your greatest failure has returned from the grave? Or that I've become a better Batman than you? You're ruling through intimidation and murder. You're just another criminal.
Red Hood really climbed up there just to feed him those hateful blows. Too bad Batman kind of eating those and hits him with the hammer punch, dazing him enough to burn up Jason's drip, leaving them both without gadgets. This makes that boy Todd start running from the fade, but Batman ain't finished with the crash out. And then Batman kicks that man from outside the window and then starts throwing him around, making Jason's dome bounce from that sink onto the toilet. That is wild. That's diabolical work. Nah, that right there would have made me quit and end the 1v1. But Jason doesn't get that option as he gets hit with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit combo and then gets punched through a whole wall. Stop playing with him, Jason. Bro, after that whooping, this is your dad now, my guy. But no, truly, when Red Hood had the Joker at gunpoint and was trying to reason with Batman to see his side of crime, it's truly tragic. It's personal for Jason. The man who took him in when he needed him the most is now choosing to save the maniac that took him away. But then Batman explains to his son that murder is a line he can't cross because there is no going back from that dark road.
It'd be too damned easy. All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
The bodies will keep piling up until the man that we once knew as Batman will be no more. But at last, Red Hood can't come to terms with that answer, and I don't blame him. Bruce and Todd come from two different worlds. While Batman had his parents taken from him due to criminals, Red Hood was personally taken, beaten, and ultimately game ended by the crime, just to be brought back alive in the same world where his abuser still walks the streets of Gotham committing heinous crimes. I mention that all because while he does have very murderous tendencies, they come from not wanting good people getting hurt. And let's be honest, the Joker will never stop hurting people. And I hate the term people use of calling Red Hood Batman's greatest failure, because Red Hood is actually Batman's greatest lesson. He never failed Jason, not truly, because he never stopped trying to help Jason heal, not just from the Joker's abuse, but from the cruel streets of Gotham, the same way that he needed help, in the same way that he helped Dick.
Just him. And doing it because he took me away from you.
I can't. I'm sorry.
And this is why Red Hood is the perfect anti-hero. His want to protect the innocent through murderous and twisted acts will never be forgotten, but it does need more representation, like a video game or live action movie, hell, even more comic books, something like that. I think besides the comics, the closest good representation was Arkham Knight, because even though the story felt a little rushed, it showed his his anti-hero side, while Gotham Knights showed him as more of just a regular superhero. I know that they hinted towards his anti-hero background, but you know, I never actually got to see that. Plus, their version of anti-hero probably looks really cheesy. And also, Titans showed him more as a cringy edgelord teen.
As soon as my thumb releases the trigger, you want to save Hank?
All you have to do is kill me.
Huh?
What happened to you?
Same thing that happens to everybody. I grew up. You can too.
This nigga is trash.
His suit was really fire though. Anyways, that's it for me. Hopefully you liked the video and maybe you'll like this one too. Peace.